Well, hello, Aquarius. This is Mystic GLoLady. This is your tarot reading and astrology reading for August 2015. And Aries, the I know, the humanitarian, individuality, unique self-expression. This is a general reading. And what we mean as a general reading is that Aquarius is going to be in the first house of self, body, and appearance. Now, this does not necessarily set up your birth chart, because your birth chart would be set up with your ascendant, which is the time of your birth. So when you listen to these readings and I talk about the different planetary in your house and it is not ringing true, then please go to the ascendant sign and listen to that, because that would set your planets more correctly into your houses of your birth chart. Okay? So we are going to start it off with the sun. The sun. This is the glyph for the sun. This is the glyph for Leo. The sun is most at home in Leo. The sun represents the husband, wife, father, ego, male energy, vitality, personality. And the sun is in Leo. So the sun is at home. And the sun is in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, marriage, contracts. The Leo, pride, self-love, confidence, right here. It's shining on your relationships this month, Aquarius. How are you going to handle those relationships this month? The moon, where the moon starts out in Pisces on the 1st, it transits approximately every 2.5 days until the new moon on the 14th in Leo. And that is at 21 degrees of Leo. Okay, your emotions. Leo, roaring about your emotions, communicating about your emotions. And as it continues to transit, there will be a full moon in Pisces on the 29th. Not only a full moon, but a super full moon. And Pisces is in your 2nd house. Pisces, the energy, sensitivity, intuition, psychic, in your earning, wealth, and possession house. Full moon. Full moon is a time of letting go. So what are you letting go? Are you letting go of your possessions? Are you letting go of things that take your possessions? Now, Mercury, the communications. It is at home in Gemini and Virgo. Mercury, it symbolizes your siblings, relatives, learning, memory, brain, logic. It is that communication. How do you think? How do you speak? And yes, you were seeing Precious Bella May on her Mary, making her presence known in, I think, almost every reading this month. But that is animals. They are our relationships, and Mercury is going into your relationship house. Mercury, communications, new communications coming up. Now Mercury, it starts out in Leo, but it moves to Virgo, and it will be in Virgo on the 8th, and it will move to Libra on the 28th. So where your communications might be roaring at the beginning, they are getting more organized and then more balanced towards the end. Venus, that goddess of love and beauty, but it is retrograde. And if you can see, retrograde, laziness, drama, focus on money. It's in the home of Taurus and Libra, but right now it is retrograde in Leo. All that Leo roaring energy that is coming up in August. How do you handle it all? Mars. Mars. That masculine energy, sex, vitality, symbol of military and pioneer. It is at home in Aries and also Scorpio, but it will start out the month interesting in Cancer. In Cancer, the understanding, the expressing emotions in the sixth, in the health, work, service, and daily routines. Right there, it's going to start out in Cancer, and it will move into Leo at on the 9th at 0 degrees. Okay, and then on September 1st, it will be at 14 degrees as well as Venus. So Mars and Venus are going to be conjunct on each other. So look at that in the 7th house of relationships. That means there's going to be some good loving that's going on in the end of August. Okay? Jupiter. Jupiter is multiplying. Okay? It symbolizes spirituality, wisdom, expansion, abundance, your profession, long journeys, higher mind, and it's multiplying, and it's in the sign of, yep, you got it, Leo, roaring, multiplying relationships, and then it will be moving into Virgo, where it's going to be getting more organized, discerning, and trusting, and that's with other people's money. That is on the 12th. It will move into Virgo. Okay? So the multiplying at the beginning of the month, you know, where it's going to be all out in the relationships. Towards the end, all those all-out emotions and everything are going to be getting a little bit more organized towards the end of the month. Now, we have Saturn. Saturn is that teacher. And it is retrograde on the 1st, which means it's slow for business, loss, depression, pain. And it's in Scorpio. Now it's going direct on the 2nd, so business will be picking up. The depression and pain should start to be lifted. Saturn, they called Saturn Satan in the past. It's karma. Where is that karma? It's in your 10th house, your career, your status. Scorpio, the intuitive, determined, energy of creation and karma. What is Saturn teaching you in your career? Okay? It's going to be going direct on the 2nd, but it's not moving. It's still staying in 28 degrees of Scorpio. Okay, so what lessons are you learning in business? Uranus. Change, freedom, unexpected, invention, astrology, surprises, and it's retrograde. Retrograde is that individual, the nonconformist. Who are you? It is in the sign of Aries, and Aries is that independence, the courage. It's in your communications, your siblings, your short trips. What are you changing? Are you changing your way of speaking? Are you coming out of and saying to the world, this is who I am, how do you like me now? And I, from experience, can tell you, it feels good when you come out. I came out as a starseed in 2006. And yes, it was not well received, but I felt good. And that is the whole intent. It's not to concern yourself so much with what other people think or say, because that is that genius that hinges on insanity. It is only when you are not true to yourself. Excuse me. Now, we have Neptune. Neptune, the psychic ability, dreams, the escape into alcohol and drugs, the illusions and delusions. That is when Neptune is going direct. But Neptune is retrograde. And that means that the truth is revealed, that the psychic intuition is heightened. Now, you see that Neptune is most at home in the sign of Pisces, and that is exactly where Pisces, or where Neptune is. It's in its home sign, in your second house of earnings, wealth, and possessions. You are starting to see your possessions clearer. We have Pluto. Pluto, change, transformation, sex, regeneration, death, rebirth. But it's retrograde. And retrograde is dealing with your inner fears. And it is retrograde in Capricorn, which Capricorn is ambition, determination, perseverance. It's in the 12th house of karma, hidden enemies, secrets, institutions, and jails. So if you have these inner fears, and it is in your 12th house, who and what are you fearing? Are you fearing so much that the Neptune is coming in and making a little bit of wishy-washy in there? Are you really seeing things clearly? Okay? In your partnerships, you have so much going on in your partnership house, but you have Saturn that's square to it. You know, Jupiter and Saturn right in there. And it's like, are you learning lessons as in the structure of the relationship? Okay, are you learning that relationships have to be a give and a take in order for the equal balance? If you have not learned that, that could be something that you will be in August. You know, the Uranus. Are you speaking up and speaking out about your relationships? Okay, we're going to shuffle a couple of times. Someone had mentioned about stacking the deck, and no, I do not lie, cheat, steal, or stack decks. Karma is a bitch, and no, I learned that lesson way back, and I don't think I need to learn it again. Okay, underneath, you have the Nine of Wands. You have the Great Strength. You in Aquarius, beneath you, you have the strength. No worries. It's not like you haven't been there and done that before. Alright, starting it out with yourself. You have the one, the ace, the beginning of emotions. Ace of Cups in your first house. Are you starting to love you? That is a big part of, because until you learn to love you, yes, there are some people who will love you until you love yourself, and those are those who learn the lessons of unconditional love. But if you expect someone to love you, then you have to love yourself, and you have to show people how to treat you. When you treat yourself with love and other people see that, then other people will treat you in the same fashion. So if you are allowing people to treat you in an abusive manner, well, start loving yourself and then you won't. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords in your second house of wealth, of material possessions, your earnings. The Queen being an older woman. The Swords is the symbol of mental illness, communication, travel. All depends on how it's aspected. It's that air sign. And it looks like you are taking no prisoners. It's like, this is what money I need, and this is what money I get, or move on, okay? In the third house, Uranus is there. What is your wish card? The communication, siblings, short trips, getting your wish. Getting your wish, Aquarius. What star are you making that wish upon? Okay, communication, short distance travels. Are you planning to go and see your siblings this month? Is that something that you are looking forward to? The Chariot. The Chariot is taking things into your own hands, and it is in the fourth house of home, property, mother, sacred space. Are you planning to move this month, Aquarius? If you want a home, then take things into your own hands, and that wish, because communicating with money, you will be able to get that home that you are looking at. In the fifth house of fun, sex, children, creativity, woohoo! We have the Six of Swords, the earned success, and Gemini, the I think, communications, expression, duality is in there. So look for having fun the month of August, the earned success in getting out there and speaking with and to other people. Remember, you learn more when you listen than when you speak. In the sixth house of health, work, service, daily routine, we have the Eight of Strength. The Strength card. We already have the Leo, the Lion, all that energy in our partnership house. We have Mars there, which is work. Working in your work, the health sector. Things are looking very good for you in the month of August, Aquarius. Now, in the relationship house, we have the Nine of Swords. There is Mars and there is Gemini. Mars can be the anger, the aggression. Gemini, that communications. So, in your relationships, when you are speaking, say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean, or all that Leo energy is going to come to a head. Okay, that's way too much roaring energy, especially in your partnerships, relationships, marriage, contracts. All right, watch your roaring. Don't roar too much. Okay, what are you talking about? If you are claiming that you are the king of the castle, well, are you acting as such or just acting as a tyrant? Okay, in your relationship house, because all that energy, it can be your downfall if you do not use all that energy wisely in relationships. In the eighth house, Virgo, organized, discerning, trusting. It's in the eighth house of inheritance, death, taxes. It's other people's money, and you have a Seven of Pentacles, the success unfulfilled. If you are planning on building relationships using other people's money, there might be a problem this month. Now remember what we said about your own money, making and creating your own money, and that being beneficial. So if you are building partnerships based upon other people's money, it might not be profitable in which to do that in the month of August. Now, in the 9th house of higher learning, long distance travels, spiritual quest, you have the energy of Libra in there, that balance, the equalizer. And we have the 10 of Cups, the perfected success. You also see Mars and Pisces in there. What is it that you want to learn? Where do you want to go? Remember what I said about in the partnership house. And just remember, even if the relationship does break up, wherever you go, there you are. If the problem is you in relationships, it doesn't matter how many relationships you get in because you are still there. All right, so when you're talking the swords, mental, emotional, the mental, emotional illness that stems from childhood tragedy that continues to fester into adulthood. If you do not look at that and cleanse that thorn out of your paw, it will fester, and if you are using that lion energy to roar, that is not good also. Okay, in your career house, the Prince of Pentacles. The money in your career, you got it. You got it. You're on top of it. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to do? In your 11th house, the Queen of Wands. The 11th house, your friends and associates. Again, we have some older woman, wiser. Seek out the older woman, wiser, when it is dealing with... Okay, Aquarius, as I was stating before I was so rudely interrupted by my battery running out, there might be trying times and your battery might run out, but listen to the words of the wise woman, the wise people who have learned and who use the energy beneath them, behind them, in order to transform things. Then, in the 12th house of hidden enemies, secrets, institutions, jails, you have the moon, your emotions. Pluto is there, and that is transforming. That is transforming things. So let's look at the whole picture and not just pieces of the puzzle. In your relationships, keep your communication flowing. Keep dreaming, keep wishing, keep working towards that wish, the goal of what you want. Communicate it out. Speak it. Believe it. Okay? Taking things by your own hands, especially in your home. Okay? Be joyful in your communications. Okay? With everyone. You know, work included. It's good communications. Be open to people and listen to what they have to say, especially those who have experience. Now, when you're coming in the 7th house of partnerships and the 8th house of other people's money, well, be careful of the two. Don't expect a partnership to be there when and only when and if the money is there. Okay? And what kind of partnership is that? If there isn't an energy exchange, there is a deficit of energy. Okay? So, being that it is the 9 of Swords, and it is the despair of cruelty, and Swords is that mental illness, communication, travel, and that is saying, Jupiter, Moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Watch your communication, because there is a lot of energy that is underneath that communications. So speak nice, okay? Speak nice, especially when it's with other people's money. And if it is other people's money, it is most definitely advantageous to get a contract signed. Make sure that it is signed correctly. If you do not sign correctly, it could possibly cost you a few dollars, a lot of energy. Is it worth it? Okay, so mean what you say what you mean, don't say it mean. And that seems to be your whole issue that's coming up in August. So if you look at it as a what can I do, and not a what can be done for, then that is part of service, and that service is good for the soul. It does give us strength. So Aquarius, I thank you, and if you could let me know how you like this format, how you like this teaching format, and yes, it will be continued to be improved upon for 2 more months until I make a final decision on to how I am going to do these, and people get the most out of them. So if you could like, share, subscribe, comment, and check out my teachers, I have their links down below. That would be even more fantastic, because I have found that even if I have gifts of prophecy and premonitions, I still need to have a physical proof of before people are inclined to listen. So that is why I seek a financial return for my readings, and I do them by donation. So check out my website. You'll see what I have offered and what I ask, and a donation button, and that's how you get a private reading. So see ya, love you, bye.